It's been a very busy weekend on the water, especially here in La Jolla, where the high tide and swells have brought in plenty of surfers, and the low tide has drawn crowds to tide pooling, although it's not necessarily a good thing. This was the scene at the La Jolla tide pool Saturday night. This video sent in by a viewer, leaving many San Diegans disturbed.
This is mortifying.
Posts online report people stepping on wildlife, climbing rocks, and even pulling sea creatures out of the water. It can be harmful and is illegal to injure or take wildlife at many of La Jolla's beaches, which are marine protected areas.
And it was more crowded. I mean, I've never seen so many people there.
Elise was one of many at La Jolla shores on New Year's Day.
Hundreds for sure. But it was so crowded.
While she didn't see any wildlife harmed, she says the conditions themselves can be risky.
I would say from what I saw, people were really respectful. I think that I'm sure accidents happen in a sense of when I've learned that when the grass is out, it can be really slippery.
As the high tide surged back in, big waves pushed sand and water onto the boardwalk. And shortly after, surfers say the waves were ready for a ride.
Super high tide, can kind of make it a little sluggish out there. But as it drops, it always gets interesting.
Longtime surfers at Scripps Pier planned accordingly to get the best waves.
It was high tide maybe about 2 hours ago, and that was probably a little too high, but now it should be getting better. So if anything, the tides are bigger, so just maybe shorter windows depending on the spot.
High tide at Scripps Pier reached nearly 7 feet both Saturday and Sunday, and just under 6.5 feet is expected Monday.
Those particularly high tides and particularly low tides can create some interesting surf in parts of San Diego if you know where to look.
Low tide dipped to negative 1.8 Saturday and negative 1.6 feet Sunday, revealing San Diego's marine life, but also putting it at risk.
I think just be respectful of your surroundings and do your best to be curious in a respectful manner.
In La Jolla, I'm Alex Lai for CBS 8.